Astra Challenge 1984, organised by General Motors Dealer Sport and sponsored by AC Delco. More cars than ever before taking part in a most competitive series of events. First round of the series, the Wydene stages, and the controversial reverse seeding working for the first time. This means that the production cars start at the beginning of the field rather than at the end of it as before. These cars, in near standard form, get the benefit of the track in its best possible state. Number 93, Eric Davis, a competitor from last year, has obviously the experience to guide him through, but is not using it to good effect. Indeed, the top four competitors in this first rally are Stuart Nichols, Roger Collinson, Rob Everett and Brian Baisley, all with experience from last year. A change from last year's Astra 2 for Graham Parkinson. He makes his debut with the Nova in the production class. But the new name who really makes his way up the leaderboard is Mike Metcalf, up to third place already. Rob Everett here shows that body damage is his and his alone first time out. John Thompson, in last year's winning card, is up to a fighting fifth place. Although Steve Fairley is up to fourth place on the stages, road penalties drop him back to 18th. Terry Hill has a clean run, however, to finish up in third. Ahead of him, Brian Baisley, a good second place. And he has to give best, however, to Stuart Nichols, who brings his car home first, having been in that position throughout all the stages. As darkness falls, the reverse seeding sees Clinton Smith's Ascona coming through to finish second, behind Russell Brooks, debuting the new Manta in a shakedown test which sees him finish in first place. General Motors Dealer Sport stage on the Dukeries Rally. Clumber Park with the production Astra GTE coming through first. Local General Motors dealers and of course AC Delco people are here along with us in Clumber Park to see the fun. This particular stage is used twice and this overbrow right-hander catches a lot of people out, sometimes twice over. 35 cars are out on this event, proving that it's likely to be the most successful one-make challenge ever held. With this in view, we approached Roy Cook, manager of sports relations at Vauxhall. Is the challenge proving successful?
Yes, I think so. I think we recognised the objective very early on, and that was to provide the clubman with a really cheap form of competition. And obviously Astra Challenge, although it's based on Group A regulations, when you actually look at Group A, you find that there's so much more modification that one is permitted to do. In no time at all, you have a very expensive car. So what we have is a modified production saloon car with enough modification to make it interesting, but not so much as to make it expensive. And I think that's the primary reason why it's been so popular.
Having spoken to one of the originators of the series, we spoke to Andrew Duerden, also the coordinator for the series. Andrew, we're now in the second year of the Astra Challenge. Has this year been any more difficult to organise than last time, or is it about the same?
It's more difficult because we have many more cars this year. We had an awful lot last year, but this year we're up into the 40s, and already we've seen over 35 cars on one event. And it is a problem with all the organisers and with all the other competitors to get all these number of cars in.
What does this mean in regard to the standard of competitiveness, though, of the cars? Have we got more competitive cars?
Well, definitely so. There's no chance on these events to play yourself in. It's glory or death on every corner, and consequently that shows in the results at the end of the day. The cars are getting higher and higher up the leaderboard with better and better finishing positions.
Now, from last year, the specification of the car is unchanged from a mechanical standpoint. Does this mean it's still very competitive?
Very competitive. Within the 1300cc class, the only cars that are beating the Astra are those with probably twin carburetors and giving probably another 20 to 30 brake horsepower up. But as a car, as it stands, it is very, very competitive.
Number 88 is the experienced Robin Farrington and his 16-year-old daughter Jill by his side as partner. Going well in this event, an event, however, which is dominated by a battle between two men. Brian Baisley, in number 85 next along, is battling with Stuart Nichols for top honours. Baisley accelerates away as Nichols comes into sight. Perhaps the most improved driver at this stage of the series. Contrast the Astras with a rally car of yesteryear, the Morris Minor. On into service, with time to check out the car and also an opportunity for co-drivers to compare notes on the rally stages so far. The service break, all too brief for some, is followed by the Blidworth stage with Pat Messer first up. He's followed by RAC Autotest champion Russ Swift, trying his hand at rallying, and after disappointment first time out is certainly going better today. Steve Bamber, straight from his success on the National Breakdown Rally, nearly overcooks it here. At the end of the day, Kingsley Ingram finishes in 4th place. Russ Swift manages a 3rd, on this a successful outing for him. Brian Ferner has to settle for 10th place on his own home ground, which leaves Mike Metcalf up to 2nd place after Brian Baisley puts his car on its side. It's a win, however, once again for Stuart Nichols. 2 down and 2 wins as far as he's concerned. Once again, reverse seeding sees the top cars out in the dark. Clinton Smith finds 2nd place once again, just 11 seconds behind Richard Goff with the Escort, who takes the laurels. Meanwhile, the Flaming Quattro retires on the last stage. Mid-Wales and the Plains Rally, with production cars heading the field once again. Reverse seeding is proving very popular, particularly with the Astra competitors. Another bumper Astra entry as David Pemberton leads off for the first time with an Astra. Chris Atkinson going well on his own home ground. John Burton in Colin Aitchison's old car. And Paul Smith having a better year this year. Neil Calvert makes his only appearance. But Roger Collinson is another 83 contender who's going well. Chris McAuliffe is also in his 2nd year and is showing tremendous form. Robin Farrington and daughter Jill are next along. And their